You always talk about media and you talk about storylines, and you didn't like that question that reporter phrased to Shador. Let's talk about how narratives and storylines are created. Because
Well, yeah,
you feel very, very strongly about this topic.
that's what I want to know. I want you to educate us a
Okay.
little bit on this thing because, like you keep saying, Shador is a fifth round pick. He's a
Yeah.
third quarterback. There's never been this much of a news cycle on somebody in his position. So, can
Right.
you explain to us why that may have come about and how some of these other stories get formulated and in which ways?
There's layers to it. All right. So, in layman's terms, if you do a story on somebody and it gets a lot of clicks, gets a lot of traffic on your website, gets a lot of views on YouTube, you're running it back. You're doing a follow up of some sort, or you're chasing that beat because clearly people are invested in that beat. Like, you can go out and go write a story or something, and maybe only 30 people look at it. Well, I'm not going to do 2 or 3 follow-ups on this because I already know there's not an interest for that. So you have to do stories that people are interested in. And right now, Shador Sanders making this team is a very interesting story. So I think for Cleveland reporters, if you're unbiased and you're going in and with just straight down the line, you're like, all right, I'm going to see what he does. I'm going to report on it. That's that. Then you got other people who see storylines on social media and they be like, oh, that's interesting. You know what? I'm going to ask the team about that when I go in the locker room today. Some people get their questions from fans at home. Like, be like, can you talk to so-and-so about this? And blah, 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 blah. So I think it really just depends on the situation that you're in, the moment, and what fans are asking for. Sometimes you just don't even have a story idea that you're going for. You're just going off what they tell you that day.
So, if a reporter writes a story and it gets a lot of clicks, other reporters or other beat writers going to hop on that same story as well? Is that something that happens?
So, like, in our line of work, you try not to copy another station's work. So, say, for instance, you're here playing and a team, Vikings pick you up. Reporters come in town. Yo, Mycole, blah, blah, blah. I want to talk to you. And you talk about being traded and your story getting here. I'm not going to come and ask you those same questions because they already did it. So it's like people already going to be able to see where that news came from. Now, I will try and change the story a little bit. Like, all right, clearly there's an interest from him here. Let me go see if there's something else I don't know about him. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can dive a little deeper. But I feel like that's me. There are certain reporters that, and some TV stations say this. Well, they said it on that channel, but they didn't say it on our channel. So let's go get it for our channel and our viewers. And I'm not a big fan of that because I just feel like you're copying other people's work and stuff like that. You should be trying to find your own storylines, your own narratives. Well, I wouldn't even say your own narratives, but the narratives that are there to be reported on. So
that's what I want to know a little bit more about.
Okay.
Some of these narratives that's getting formulated. Is it out of thin air? Is it your audience and what they want to hear? Is it I don't like this guy? What is it?
It can be a little bit. I'm not going to sit here and cap. It can be a little bit of everything. Narratives are, it just depends on where you're getting that narrative from. Like, networks create narratives because they have shows 365 days a year. And you can't talk about what happened in the game every day because there's only 17 NFL games, in a regular season. So you kind of got to create a storyline like, all right, hypothetical situation. What happens if the team does this and that? So it's like, those are narratives. Then as far as beat writers, people that are there every single day. So like, surface level stuff won't appeal to their viewers. Like, for me, say for instance, the Vikings sign you. All right, easy storyline today. The Vikings just signed a new tight end. We're going to go talk to him in practice. Here's what he had to say. Beat writers are like, I can't give my viewers this story because they may not be interested in this guy that they just signed. So we got to dig a little deeper. Like, we got to peel the layers back and go find an interesting fact about this team. And that may just be something they witnessed with their own eyes. Like, the inability for a quarterback to convert on third down in practice or blah, 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 blah. So it's what they're seeing. And then they ask questions and they form the story based off that.
So it's basically like a need. Like, you're fishing for something every day. Your boss is down your neck.
For sure.
We need something out of you.
There are certain days where, like, something happens, player gets in trouble, you got to go talk to him. You got to ask him the tough questions. Then other days, it's like, all right, you talk to your photojournalist, you're like, all right, what were you reporting on today? I don't know. Let's go see what they say today. Like, let's just go out there and ask them how practice went. Maybe a player said something. It's like, oh, that was interesting. Let me follow up on that question. And that can be a narrative that's created because based on something the player told me, now I'm asking other players about this and this is what they said. So narratives can be, looked at as two sides, like a good side and a bad side. Bad side is when it's a low time of the year and hypothetical narratives are created. That's when players start to get upset and things like that. And sometimes it's just facts.
So, what are some of the narratives that you've created, Ahmad?
What? I don't think I've just created narratives. I pride myself in being a reporter that's going out there and I'm reporting the facts. Like,
okay.
I'm not like my station knows. Like, I'm blunt. I'm gonna tell you how it is. Like, I'm not like because the thing is when you create a narrative or a hypothetical situation, like put yourself kind of in a bad light because it's like, all right. What if this narrative is wrong? Or what if this take is bad? Well, I'm the face of that. Ain't nobody else coming to defend me but me. So it's like, I don't like creating narratives. I don't like now. One narrative I will say that maybe I've been talking about a lot this past couple of weeks in Minnesota. The Vikings need a cornerback. They need a wide receiver. They traded for Adam Thielen, but they still need a cornerback. So my thing is I've been seeing with my own eyes, Jeff Okudah has not been doing a great job as a starting cornerback in practice. So you need to bring somebody in. So that's my narrative I created, that the Vikings need cornerback help. But if you go look at every other reporter here and every other beat writer, they all got the same narrative about cornerback. So it's kind of like factual, so it's not like something that I just created and I'm making controversy because of this, headline I made up.
All right, bro. Just make sure you stand on everything you say.
You gotta say that, and that's the one thing. If I'm gonna say it on air,
stand on.
It's something that if I say it on air, it's something that I would say to the player in their face, and that's why I make sure to not disrespect them and be like we joked in the previous episode where I'm like they're trash. That's me joking, but like I would never go on air and be like that player was absolutely horrible today. Get him off the field. He's garbage. Like he gonna have to see me if I say that. Like I'm gonna have to see him. Ain't nothing I want, and ain't nothing he want, I'm sure. Like, we don't want to be arguing in the locker room, so it's like, I'm not going to disrespect you on a personal level. I'm just going to call it how it is, how I saw it on the field or the court or whatever.
You don't want none of those interactions that Shedeur had with Buddy. Huh?
Nah, I just don't think that they don't never go in the reporter's favor. Like, yes, it's good for clicks, viral moments, maybe a couple of followers, but now you're painted in as a narrative, like, this reporter only does this. He's known for this. Like, we're not going to talk to him. That's the last thing I want. So I think a lot of players that I talk to in locker rooms, they always know, like, that's a cool dude. Like, he going to ask us a couple of questions. He ain't going to twist our words. Like, that's what I pride myself on.
That's what's up, man. I can appreciate it.
It's a lot of journalists out there like that, too. It's a lot of journalists out there. But there are a lot of journalists who do other things.
Two sides.
Two sides.
Stand for the truth, otherwise take a knee. Made it to the league, now we gotta take the lead.
Touchdown, Mycole Pruitt. Sports Now, I'm Ahmad.
Must be two sides.